Alright, another day in the books of dispatching. A long, boring day. And frustrating as well. So, yesterday, after I was leaving here to go home, I was able to book a load for the driver in California. So, it was supposed to pick up at 8 a.m. this morning local time in Reno. And then yesterday, later in the evening, they email me and inform me that it's going to pick up at noon local time there. And so that's 3 o'clock Eastern here. And the driver gets there, checks in, driver's told, well, that load canceled at 8 o'clock this morning. Call the broker. Takes about another 45 minutes for the broker to, well, I had to get back to them actually. And then they tell me, yeah, this is going to be a Tanu. Sorry. So now that driver's sitting in Reno. Not any better off than yesterday. That's frustrating. Like, and then the other part of the frustration is having a driver in Florida. So having two drivers in two really shitty hard to get freight areas is extremely frustrating. And then the third driver that was available for a load today, he needs to be home in Texas by Friday. So today being Tuesday, I really can't send him east. I can't send him too far north because the move I make for him, I need to put him in an area where some Texas freight pops up on a regular basis, or at least keep him, move him a little bit closer in the direction of Texas. So yeah, that makes it really difficult to do anything for anybody with all those things. Man, and I bid several loads out of Florida today. God, dog, man, they are just not biting. Like, got one reply all day. One reply. Like, it's just stupid cheap, man. Or again, as I said before, maybe they got somebody else that's bidding that they prefer to work with. Who knows? I guess it makes me feel better to be like, oh man, these cheap bastards, but who knows? Currently just put in a bid on a load. Picks up tomorrow, going up to Brooklyn. And the thing is, like a load like that, like here's the frustrating thing about being in Florida or California. Okay, because shit's cheap. So you're in Florida. Say you get this load. Okay, so this load's on here. So now you got to run up 95 up the East Coast and go into Brooklyn. So a lot of tolls, gonna pass a bridge or so. Gonna be on some toll roads. Fuel prices are crazy, and yet they want you to do this at a discount. Just it's frustrating. But that is it for today, man. Again, that's pretty much it. One other note: had a driver the driver that picked up out of Laredo yesterday. Here's another fun part about dealing with brokers. Is he picked up, agreed to a certain time that it would be delivered by, and the broker, they have tracking. They put tracking on the driver, but yet they're still emailing wanting updates. And then it's like the driver stopped to take a break, and they're like, "Is the driver moving?" Like, the driver stopped to get some gas and take a break. Like, the driver's still on schedule. A little while later, man, is the driver moving yet? It's like the driver is on schedule, and the driver ended up being there an hour early. And it's just, those are frustrating because, on this end, and again, like, things get lost in translation. That's the bad thing about text or emails or things, something the written as opposed to talking. And all these brokers, nobody wants to talk on the phone. Nobody wants to go through that. You'll see on some of them that even says no calls, emails only. But yeah, on this end, when you're reading it just seems pushy as shit. It just seems like they're being really aggressive and pushy. And it puts your defenses up, so you start getting a little frustrated with it. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's several of the brokers that do that that want constant updates, even though they offer the tracking. And then they say they only want their own tracking, like we offer tracking, and we could have been sending them updates via our tracker, but they said they only want their tracker. So it's like, I don't know, man. Some of these guys, it's almost like they want to find a reason to be pissed off. And I think some of them do. I think some of them do try to do certain things, hoping that they can keep a little bit of money from you. It's pathetic. That's like the driver that's out there in Cali. You know, it sucks to have the driver out there because fuel prices. The driver said the fuel prices is ranging between $6.50 and $6.88 a gallon. Like, God, dog, man. Like, just to do 190 miles costs like $67. I mean, you're doing like 300 bucks worth of fuel just to go, 700 some odd miles. Man, it's just crazy, man. It's stupid. And these brokers are not trying to come off of stuff. And again, that's the whole thing. Like, that's why you want to eventually get yourself direct customers. That is the best way. I mean, shouldn't be no mystery to anybody that if you can get direct customers, that's where the best money is. It's not to say every place that is paying for shipping is going to pay top dollar. That's why that's kind of another topic, but that's kind of the deal with all these apps that are coming into play with that a lot of these courier places use. A lot of these people are going through these apps and paying pennies to have stuff, moved regionally or locally. But yeah, they're just not wanting to come off the money, the brokers. But again, you have to get you need to get those direct customers, and hopefully we can do that by the end of the year. We can have ourselves a few, because I don't know, man. Like me personally, I don't even want to send anybody out to California. I really don't. Like those kind of prices. I mean, it's just that's ridiculous, man. That is absolutely ridiculous. The amount of money you got to spend in gas. I mean, you're just making minimal profit. I mean, you're profiting, but it's just minimal. Look at that. See, that's what's frustrating right there. All day, my guy that needs to go to Texas. I got him a little short one tonight. Just Ohio to Ohio. It keeps him in Ohio, which is a good place, and it gets him up in northern Ohio, which is a little bit better for the Laredo stuff, the Texas stuff. But I've been waiting for this particular city to pop, and an hour and a half after I book him on something, 2 of them have come out of that city that he was sitting right by and going in a direction that would have worked. Like, that's frustrating. But you can't sit and wait. Like, it's going on 5:30. I mean, you can't take a chance and keep waiting. I'm pretty patient up until about 2:30. About 2:30, then I start like, damn, man, I got to start, kind of trying to bid on stuff I don't really want to bid on. But normally I'm pretty patient. Damn. Yeah, I'm going to bid on that one. All right, I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to bid on this one. I'll holler. All right, so didn't hear a peep back on the Florida load that I bid. I just bid another Florida load. This one's going from Florida to Texas. And see, now that's another load that they're going to expect you to go cheap. And like they said, give me your best transit time. It's it's saying deliver direct. Picks up tomorrow morning. Goes 1,300 miles direct. So people are going to be... So those are the types of loads. For any of you that are wondering, like, there's sometimes that these drivers are absolutely squeezed on time, and those are the loads that cause it, because the dispatcher wants to win this load for the driver, so they're going to squeeze the time on it. Because, like, and just for instance, normal operations, like on really just normal bidding on time, transit time is usually like 45 miles an hour. Obviously, the higher in miles per hour you go up, the less time, you know, that you have extra. So me personally, I don't like to bid any higher than 50 miles an hour. 50 miles an hour, and I usually might tack on 1 or 2 hours, depending on who the driver is, and then that's my transit time that I'm giving. So on this one, it came up to 26 hours, I believe is what it was. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it came up to. Yeah, 26 hours, and I added an hour on there, so I did 27 hours for that as far as the transit time. So, yeah, but they're going to expect you to take this load cheap, and I was like, you're going from a shit spot to a shit spot, and I can't go cheap on those. It ain't like I'm like bidding super high and just bidding myself out of the equation, but at the same time, there's just I'm not gonna go cheap just to get a load. I mean, it'd be nice to get them a 1,300 mile run, but you're gonna put yourself into where you have to take 2 back-to-back shit runs, you know, rates. So I'm not gonna do that. I hate them sitting there, but at the same time, it doesn't make sense either to run them for pennies, you know, just run them for minimal profit. But my driver that I had that just delivered in St. Louis area, got him a load for the morning, pre-booked him a load. He needed rest tonight because that one he took was pretty tight, and he's not the hardest runner, but he's doing his best, and he's trying to step it up a little bit. But yeah, booked him a load for tomorrow morning, picking up in Illinois, going over to Boston, Massachusetts. It's like 800 and some odd miles, so that'll take care of him for the day tomorrow. Like I said, got another driver. He's on a little short run, just Ohio to Ohio, and trying to get this Reno driver something and trying to get this Florida driver something. We'll just see how it goes. All right, guys, I gotta go feed the dog. Then I gotta wait a minute, let the dog out, and then I am out.